Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of attachment styles and how they can make or break your relationships. You know, the way we connect with others as adults has a lot to do with our experiences growing up. Our early relationships, especially with our primary caregivers, create a blueprint for how we approach love and intimacy later in life. Stay tuned to find out which style you might have and how it affects your love life. So, let's talk about the first attachment style, secure attachment. These folks are like the rock stars of the relationship world. They're confident, trusting, and know how to build healthy, stable connections. Why is that? It all goes back to their childhood. They had caregivers who were consistently there for them, providing a safe and loving environment. They learned that love is reliable, and they carry that belief with them into their adult relationships. Securely attached individuals don't shy away from intimacy. They're comfortable being vulnerable, sharing their feelings, and letting their partners in. They're not afraid of commitment either. They see relationships as a team effort, where both partners work together to build something strong and lasting. They don't play games, send mixed signals, or keep score. They're all about open communication, honesty, and mutual respect. When conflicts arise, they approach them with a level head and a willingness to find a solution that works for both partners. They understand that healthy communication is the key to resolving conflicts and strengthening the bond they share. Think of it this way. Securely attached individuals are like a sturdy tree with deep roots. They're grounded, resilient, and can weather any storm that comes their way. They provide a sense of stability and security to their partners, creating a loving and fulfilling relationship. If you're in a relationship with someone who's securely attached, consider yourself lucky. And if you are securely attached yourself, pat yourself on the back. In the next chapter, we'll explore anxious attachment and how it can impact your love life. Now let's dive into the world of anxious attachment. These folks experience relationships a little differently. They're often riding an emotional roller coaster full of highs and lows, doubts and insecurities. It's not because they want to, it's because they've learned to love this way. Their early experiences might have taught them that love is inconsistent, unpredictable, maybe even a little scary. Maybe their caregivers were emotionally unavailable, or perhaps their needs weren't consistently met. They carry this fear of abandonment and rejection into their adult relationships. That fear can manifest in some pretty unhealthy ways. They might become overly dependent on their partners, constantly seeking reassurance and validation. They might overanalyze every text message, every phone call, every interaction, looking for hidden meanings and signs that their partner is pulling away. They crave closeness, but they also fear it. They're afraid of being hurt, of being rejected, of not being enough. So they might push and pull, cling and withdraw, creating a cycle of drama and instability in their relationships. Imagine living with this constant fear that your partner might leave. It's exhausting, like walking on eggshells, never quite feeling secure or at ease. They're often drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable, mirroring the dynamics they experienced in their early years. It's like they're subconsciously trying to rewrite their past, to finally get the love and security they've always craved. But you can't change someone else's attachment style. The real work has to come from within. If you resonate with this attachment style, know that you're not alone. With self-awareness, support, and a willingness to challenge those deeply ingrained beliefs, you can break free from these patterns and build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Up next, we're going to explore avoidant attachment and how it plays out in the realm of love. Alright, let's talk about avoidant attachment. These folks have got this whole love thing down to a science, but not in the way you might think. They're like the masters of keeping their distance, of building walls so high that it's tough for anyone to get close. You might look at them and think, they've got it all figured out. They're independent, self-sufficient, they don't need anyone. But beneath that cool and collected exterior, there's often a fear of intimacy lurking. Their early experiences might have taught them that getting close to someone is just too risky. Maybe their caregivers were emotionally distant, or maybe they were even punished for expressing their needs, so they learned to shut down, to suppress their emotions, to become self-reliant to a fault. And that's how they navigate the world, keeping everyone at arm's length. They might excel in their careers, have a wide circle of acquaintances, but when it comes to deep, meaningful connections, they'd rather not go there. In relationships, this avoidant tendency can create a lot of friction. Their partners might feel constantly shut out, like they're banging their heads against a brick wall trying to get close. Avoidantly attached individuals struggle with vulnerability. They equate it with weakness, with losing control. So, they keep their emotions tightly guarded, and they might even withdraw or shut down completely when their partners try to get closer. They might prioritize their work, hobbies, or need for space over the needs of the relationship. While it's healthy to have boundaries and maintain your sense of self, these folks take it to the extreme. It's like they're stuck in this constant push and pull dynamic, craving connection on one hand but fearing it on the other. Avoidantly attached individuals are capable of love. They just need a partner who understands their fears, respects their need for space, and is willing to be patient as they slowly let down their guard. Up next, we're going to tackle the most complex attachment style of all: disorganized attachment. Now let's talk about the most complex attachment style of all: disorganized attachment. These folks have often experienced significant trauma or inconsistency in their early relationships, leaving them with a bit of an emotional puzzle to solve. Imagine growing up in an environment where the very people you depended on for safety and security were also the source of your fear or pain. That's the reality for many individuals with a disorganized attachment style. They might have experienced abuse, neglect, or witnessed frightening or chaotic behavior from their caregivers. This leaves them with a conflicting set of impulses, a deep longing for closeness and connection, but also an overwhelming fear of getting hurt. So they're caught in this internal tug of war, wanting to reach out for love but simultaneously wanting to run for the hills. In relationships, this internal conflict can manifest in some pretty confusing ways. They might exhibit a mix of anxious and avoidant behaviors, sending mixed signals that leave their partners feeling bewildered and emotionally drained. One minute they're clinging desperately, terrified of being abandoned, and the next minute they're pushing their partners away, convinced that intimacy will only lead to pain. It's an exhausting cycle both for them and for the people who care about them. They might also struggle with regulating their emotions. They might have intense outbursts of anger, sadness, or fear, seemingly out of nowhere. This can be incredibly overwhelming for their partners, who are often left feeling like they're walking on eggshells, never knowing what to expect. Individuals with a disorganized attachment style aren't intentionally trying to be difficult or manipulative. They're simply responding to the world through the lens of their past experiences. Their behaviors are a way of protecting themselves, of trying to make sense of a world that often felt unsafe and unpredictable. But here's the good news. Even though they face significant challenges, individuals with a disorganized attachment style can heal and build healthy, loving relationships. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into improving your relationships. Understanding your attachment style is like having a roadmap to your own heart. It helps you understand why you react the way you do in relationships, and it gives you the power to make conscious choices about the kind of love you want to create. Remember, no matter what your attachment style is, you're worthy of love, and you have the ability to build healthy, fulfilling relationships. See you next time.